The information contained within this video is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment in any manner. If you have any chronic or recurring conditions, please seek your doctor's advice before starting any new exercise program.
Hey, welcome back to the Hey guys, welcome back to the 6th episode of the ACL Records. My name is Eli Joseph.
My name's Kevin Son.
When did you get that tall, man?
What are you talking about? I've always been this tall. I'm taller than Eli.
Stop the cap!
No. Don't look down there. Don't look down there.
Yo, keep that out the way, man. Come on.
All right. Today, we're going to be going over movement in the frontal plane.
For those of us that may not speak science, you want to just clarify a little bit? Or for those of us who may have forgot?
Yeah, sure. So, frontal plane movement includes any side-to-side motion or different term, lateral motion.
Let's get to it.
Today we'll be starting off with an assessment of Eli's knee flexion in both knees. The first test will be a passive range of motion test where Eli will use his hands to bend his knees. Then we'll move on to a more active portion where Eli will not be able to use his hands to bend his knees. Then we'll move on to the frog stretch. Our primary goal here is to stretch out the inner thigh and take away any unnecessary stress on the inner knee. You'll want to start off by getting down on all fours, spreading your knees and feet apart as wide as possible, and then trying to keep your spine neutral as you rock your hips back and forth. I have Eli do this exercise in order to get his inner thigh more flexible, prepare him for the lateral squats later in the day, and help him try to avoid knee valgus while he squats. Next, we'll move on to the lateral squat stretch, a progression of the stretch we just saw before this. We'll be stretching each inner thigh individually. Now the setup is a little bit different. You'll have one foot out to the side. The toes should be lined up with the opposite knee. Imagine that water bottle balancing on your back. Try not to spill it. The motion is the same. You'll be rocking back and forth, trying to keep your spine neutral. You can make this exercise a little bit easier by sliding that straight leg down and away from your shoulders. Or you can make it a little bit more difficult by doing the opposite and sliding that straight leg up closer to your shoulders. Last but not least, we're going to get off of the ground and onto our feet for the lateral squat. Our inner thighs should be nice and primed for this exercise by now after those first two stretches. We're essentially doing the same motion that we were doing on the ground, but now on our feet, with our feet more than shoulder width apart, feet pointed out about 45 degrees. You're going to keep one leg straight while bending the opposite leg, keeping your spine neutral just like the stretch. After all that, we're going to retest Eli's knee flexion in both knees. We want to see if these new exercises made a difference or not. Remember, when you're training at home, you want to make sure that you're testing and retesting certain parameters like knee flexion and extension before and after exercises so that you can validate and verify whether these exercises are working for you.
Alright, that's it for episode 6. We went over all of the frontal plane exercises that I have Eli doing on the regular basis. How are you feeling?
Tired.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, bro?
Yes.
Okay. Stick around for episode 7, where we'll show you the exercises that make up the third and final plane of motion, which is...
Transverse plane.
Yes, good. You're paying attention. I'm not wasting my time. All right, we'll see you next week. My name's Kevin Sun.
And I'm